to the channel, everybody. Today is qualifying day. We've got a couple hours of practice this morning. The weather is kind of just overcast, but it says from pretty much 12:30 to 1 p.m. torrential downpour. There's a bit of a typhoon rolling in. Now, qualifying starts at 12 o'clock or 12:30, I believe. So there's a chance, because I'm in the early pack, that we might be able to actually get to drive in the dry for our first lap, which would be huge. All of us are in the same disadvantage. I don't know if we're getting sight laps if the weather changes that drastically, but we've all practiced in the dry. So if it does start raining, I pray they give us a sight lap. But anyways, the car's feeling great, I'm feeling great. Let's go drive. All right, let's go drive. Bro, that was so weird. Actually, I'm just gonna save the tire. Okay, we warmed up the fronts. Okay, we're in line. It's our final lap, baby. Anti-lag is on. I'm feeling good. Maybe I'll stay in third. Let's see. See how I feel on the startup. Third is better for sure. We are now done with practice. As you can see, it's still not raining, but it's saying it's about to rain any moment now. I'm feeling really confident out there. If it stays dry, I think we'll be good. The wet though, I have no idea. As long as I can get a sight lap, I think we'll be okay, but everyone's in the same situation. Yeah. We'll just kind of have to play it by ear and see how we go. This is kind of like the fun part of drifting and competitions like this, especially when the weather changes on a whim. Anyways, I'm gonna go out there and have some fun. Hi, 大丈夫です。
チェックランワンね。
はい、わかります。The guy just explained to me, there's a warm-up, then there's the check run, and then there's the judge run. The second run is judged, the first run is the check run and not judged. This is so slippery. Yabai yo. 本当にやばい。全然走りできないよ。全然走りできないよ。全然できないよ。本当に後ろやばいよ。
さあサム・ルーカス選手もそのアグレッシブな走り、さあこのウェットの状況でどういう走りを見せてくるかサム・ルーカス。さあまずはどうだ、鋭い振り出しから来たが、これはどうだ。
My wipers just fucking broke too, guys. I lost power steering. Move. My car just crab walks everywhere. I lost power steering. My wipers broke. They did give us a sight lap, but oh my gosh, that was... I've never driven a car that's felt that slippery in the wet. All the rubber, the fresh rain, all the oils coming out. It was really difficult. I'm making a ton of changes in the sense of just disconnecting sway bars and lowering pressures. My power steering shut off, my wipers broke and were making this big banging noise, and I guess when I went to shut off the wipers accidentally touched the power steering button, so it shut off the power steering on me. Luckily I was able to turn it on and it started kind of working, but it was already too late. So like at this point, everyone's got the same issue. Everyone's getting zeros too. I think 1 or 2 drivers have been able to complete so far. I don't really know what to do except just try to not spin out at this point, and I think we'll make it.
さあどうだ、さあサム・ルーカス、まずは1ゾーンからケツがブルッと出ているが、さあなんとかこらえて戻ってきた、1ゾーンから2ゾーン、さあなんとかこらえた、さあ振り返しの3ゾーン、さあここでどうでしょうか、さあなんとかここもこらえてきている、そしてここからの立ち上がり、さあタッチアンドゴーから、さあ最後振ってフリッカーで C の4ゾーンだが、今のはどうだ、
渋かった
飛んで
ね。
きましたけど、いや1ゾーン2ゾーンよくこらえました、
よくこらえてね、大事に1本目の失敗をね出さないようないい走りだったと思いますけど、
はい、ちょっと強くなってきている、なかなかタフなコンディションにはなっていますが、サム・ルーカス選手2本目残念ながら0ポイントということになってしまいました。
We just finished our last lap and we literally were this close. First of all, the car is amazing. Our wet mode is perfect. We've noted everything that we assumed that we needed to do worked really, really well. The car felt good. I knew that I could have gotten points on the board with that. The thing was, it's just seat time on this track in the wet with how the car was set up. We somehow made it around the track. The last zone, I knew I had to be careful because that's where everyone kept spinning out and getting zeros. But I didn't know that in front of the zone is like this kind of like raised section where a lot of the water runs off, so it's a lot more grippier there. And you'll see that the car just for a second kind of straightens up. It happened to Itsuki-chan and a few other drivers too. It's just that one part. I wasn't prepared for it. I was coming into the zone just being like, all right, be careful, don't flick it too hard, just come in slowly. As I come in slowly, the car like grips up and straightens up. So I should have been on throttle more through there, and it just comes down to more seat time, more practice in the car in these conditions. It's really hard to kind of like get that seat time in practice with these wet conditions at this track, you know, to know what you're going into, but it's all data that I've noted down and we've got for if we're ever back at this track and it rains again, which most likely is going to happen next time we're here driving, because every time I've driven here it's been rain. So yeah, anyways, and you might be saying, oh, but Sam, you know, then you should have been prepared, but nope. Last time, if you guys remember, my PDM failed when we were here in the wet, and we got no practice and it was a nightmare. So I went out there not knowing how the car was going to feel, how the track was going to feel, and we butchered it. The times before that, FDJ2, entirely different car, like, you know, build-wise and stuff, so it just wasn't going to apply. But yeah, anyways, I'm actually really, really happy. I think we broke through a bunch of like mental barriers today. There's a lot of stuff that happened behind the scenes that I'm not going to get into, but it really helps me kind of know what I need to do to control those trigger points so that I don't get nervous and stuff. The second lap, super calm and collected. I felt great out there. It was just not knowing what I was getting into. That aside though, I'm excited for the next round. I've got more plans to be there early practicing. It's Ebisu, so I can literally just rock up there on a Monday and stay there for the whole week of the comp and just get a ton of seat time in the car, try a bunch of different settings. We have confirmed now that we know it is going to be Nishi in the normal layout, which is kind of frustrating because I really don't like that new layout they did for us, but it'll be all right. We'll just get some seat time in it and a bunch of sim practice on top of that and it should be good. But yeah, I'm ranting a little bit, but just more of this. I'm really excited about where we're going with this program and what I am accomplishing. I know the results and the numbers aren't there yet, but they will be. It's just, yeah, 50th try Sam. I'm gonna start calling myself that, I guess, but yeah. Thank you guys.
The next day.
What on earth is this? I've ever seen. That is cool. After nearly a 5-hour drive, we are back in Yokohama and we decided on our way back, we had to stop by Big Bang. We had to do it. Well, every time this door gets me, it's push, not pull. We got sad news. We got here on time. Usually they'll let us do a couple laps 15 minutes before close, but it's so busy, there's so many people here that they won't let us in. No. We're just looking at this K car. I'm pretty sure that has no springs, or it's got very chopped springs. Do you think so? You're like the K car guy.
I mean, if there wasn't a person in there, I'd probably shake it to find out.
A few moments later.
So it's been a good day since we've left the track, and I've had a bunch of good time to just kind of like review a bunch of the footage and look at everything. I really think that a lot of the comments of you guys and what you've been saying in the last video is very accurate, where the comp car looks so difficult to drive, the steering is very difficult to work with and all that type of stuff. And I've been talking to other people and other drivers from the event, and they've been saying the same thing. So I'm going to be trying to resolve that issue, and with all the advice that I'm getting, make some changes to the suspension. The car needs to stop bouncing all over the place. Like every lap is almost different. The steering as well is greatly affected by just how much the car is lifting and bouncing all over the place. We don't know if we've got like a bad shock or what's going on, or if it's just spring rates or just what's happening. We've been able to weigh the car. We're going to corner balance it. We're going to try to simplify things too. I think I got a little too carried away with the whole sway bar stuff and trying to just get the car more stable, and while the sway bars did help make the car stabler, I think what it is doing is it's actually covering up and kind of hiding the actual core issue, which is just the car's not set up suspension-wise correctly. So we're going to look into that. I think that's a good place to start with. We have a fair bit of time for the next round to get things switched out, try different types of valving, try different types of, springs and all that type of stuff. Just spend like a week up at Ebisu doing that. So there will be some content coming on that soon, and I apologize if that's not what you're into, but it's what's going to be happening. In the meantime though, I am flying to Malaysia for Retro Havoc in a few days, but what I want to start getting back into is this car, the Wagon Nya. This thing's just been kind of tucked away here down the side, and I want to get this thing kind of all sorted out. Is it locked? Yeah, it's locked, but the link's in there, it runs. We just have to finalize a few things and then get this thing to the dyno and tuned, and then we can pretty much start racing this thing. We need a roll cage and we need a bride seat, and I need to do something with the steering wheel, I think, but that's pretty much it. This car, if you guys remember, is a $400 K car that I slapped a supercharger on from a Subaru player. Moved the throttle body and did a bunch of cool stuff. It was actually a lot of fun trying to like R&D and figure this stuff out. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, we should definitely finish this up, and then we can start getting some grip racing happening in this too. Also, I think this needs new coilovers. I think the coilovers we got off eBay off Yahoo Auctions on this are like completely shot, so I probably need to order those, a new set of those too. But otherwise, we've got a lot of unpacking to do and a lot of planning and preparation to do for the next round. I will be putting up either a video or doing a live stream soon about a bunch of stuff that's happening behind the scenes with just me, and trying to figure out this balance between YouTube and driving. Because now, I don't know, it feels like driving is starting to take over more of my work, career, and everything that's going in that direction, which is good, which is fine. I love driving, but I also love creating content, and I need to work out a way to make it flow and balance more and kind of dive into a bunch of other stuff that's going on behind the scenes as well. So we'll probably get into that later. But that aside, hope you guys are excited. Let me know in the comments what other kind of content you want to see coming, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And don't worry, I'm not giving up, not going anywhere. We're gonna figure this out. I'm sure it's something simple, or I'm just gonna literally go build a chaser and just rock up to FD in a chaser, because if there's one car that I know I can do really well in, it's that. So yeah, I don't know, maybe it is like a Colette situation. Maybe the S15 just isn't my car. Maybe it isn't meant for me. I don't know, because she did the same thing with the Corvette, and now she's in an E46 and she's killing it. I don't know, maybe it's the same thing here, but I know you guys have been saying it forever, but it can't be that, because I've driven my SR S15 and had no issues in that before. So we'll figure it out. Although a pro car is very different to those cars, but you know, we're gonna figure it out. We got the right people to help us. It's just time, effort, and trial and error. A lot of trial and error.